So I had a viewer ask a question about how the centerboard affects the speed in the Precision 18. And so I talked a little bit about that in the centerboard operations video, where I explained how in dinghies, you sail close hauled with the centerboard full down, and then as you bear away from the wind, you start raising the centerboard more and more until you're dead downwind with the centerboard all the way up. And the theory behind that is that you're reducing your wetted surface, you're reducing your drag, and so the boat will sail faster. And of course you need less lateral resistance the more you bear away from the wind. And so that's why dinghy racers will start raising their centerboard as they bear away from the wind. But of course the Precision 18 is a displacement hull. So I really wasn't sure how raising or lowering the centerboard would, or even if it would, affect the speed of the boat. So I decided to try and test that. So right now we're on a downwind course and I've got the auto tiller doing the steering. We're moving at 2.93 knots. 3 knots? Let's see how consistent that is. 3.1. Okay, so we're moving at a good 3.1, and I'm going to pull up the centerboard. And let's see, 3.2, 3.4, 3.3, 3.4. Making sure we're maintaining our course and the wind doesn't shift. 3.4, 3.3, 3.4. So it looks like it does make a little bit of a difference. So now we're doing 3.3, 3.4. So I'm going to put it back down and see what it does. So wait, hold on, 3.1. Yeah, okay, hold on. 3.0. Okay, so it looks like the wind is slacking up a little bit. 2.8. 2.7. Yeah, it's so hard to do this kind of testing because the winds here are just so inconsistent. It's not Florida where you get like a nice breeze, either off the ocean or off the shore. So yeah, it's just a tough place to do this kind of testing. All right, so we're at a good 2.9, looks pretty consistent. Put the centerboard down, and let's see what it does. Actually sped up, 3.0. 3.0. Okay, so 2.9. So it didn't seem to slow us down. 2.8, 2.7. I'm not sure if that's the wind or the centerboard. 2.6, 2.5, 2.6. All right, let's go try lifting it up again. So we're at 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.7. Okay. So it's back up again, and 2.9, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. So I'm going to say that it makes a very slight difference, maybe 0.1 or 0.2 knots, but not much of a difference. So my idea was to sail the boat in a straight line and then lift and raise the centerboard as I sailed along, and then just see what the different speed measurements were. It proved kind of difficult because the wind conditions here are just really variable. The wind is inconsistent, it changes direction, and then of course you also have waves and things like that affect the boat. And so I did 2 different tests on 2 different days, and I would say that the results were inconclusive. In one test I found maybe a 0.1, 0.2 knot difference in speed, so the speed was faster with the centerboard up. And then on the other day I just didn't find any difference at all. And that may have been the different wind and wave conditions. But basically, like I explained earlier in my centerboard operations video, most P18 owners just leave the centerboard full down because you don't want to induce any lee helm if you forget to put it back down when you change course. And so lee helm can be dangerous, so we just leave it all the way down. That way our CLR stays as far forward as possible. And then typically the only time that we raise a centerboard is when we're entering shallow water. So anyway, hope this information was helpful, and thanks for watching.